Hello producers, it's Ozgun here and welcome to the first video of 2025. So as promised, in this tutorial I'm gonna make a full start to finish peak time techno track similar to Space 92 style, and if you're ready, let's jump to that video. So I will take Space 92 Melodic track as my reference, so basically I'm gonna follow its arrangement. So my BPM is 137. And I'm gonna just find a kick drum. First, I like to build my kick drum and like the low end, the bass line, and then I'm gonna start producing probably in the first drop. So I will take this kick. So it's pretty old pack, but it contains perfect kick drums. So for the next kick, I like to choose some nice texture. Yeah, something like that. And also I'm gonna use this top kick. It sounds like that. So 3 kick layers. So first of all, I'm gonna put a frequency splitter, and I'm gonna just get the low frequencies for the first kick. Something like that. So for the second kick, this time we will exclude the low frequencies and get the mids and highs. So you can just blend 2 different kick drums with this way. And for the top kick, we will just do a low cut. Something like that. And all of them together sounds like that. Probably we can put a clipper, so it can make the kick a little bit more flat. See how it's cutting the sharp transients. Okay, it's time to write the bass line. So I'm gonna use Serum as usual, and you know, if it's the rolling bass, I always use this preset of mine. And probably we don't need sustain, let's make it a little bit sharp. Also, let me send it to its own channel. So maybe a sharper filter. Maybe longer. Let me check it with LFO tool. Maybe random off. So we get more stable low end. The waveform is never changing when I turn the random off. As you see, we are sacrificing the whiteness of the bass, but I'm gonna have an upper layer. So maybe make it more sharp. Let's put a kickstart. Also, I'm gonna route my kick like this. So in the kickstart of the sub, I can activate the sidechain input from here so I can see the kick's waveform. Let's turn the band on. And one more sidechain after that. And I'm gonna put some distortion to the sub to make it a little bit fatter. And also, guys, if you are making music like Space 92, you must have some swing, you know, in the MIDI. That's why I'm gonna just hit Alt Q and open my quantizer. And in here, in the grooves, just choose swing. And with the start time, you can apply as much as swing to the track. So it makes some of the notes a little bit off the grid to get a little bit, better and more humanized groove. And also let's phase align the sub to the kick. You see the difference, right? Without the phase alignment, it's just phasing and canceling each other. But with the phase alignment, the low end becomes so much powerful and we have much more stable kick and bass relationship. Okay, that's the first layer. Let's clone the bass. Let's clone the MIDI and I'm gonna send this bass to the next channel. And I'm gonna just use one of my presets. But I'm gonna make it sharp. Let's make it mono. Okay. So let's low cut it first. Maybe less highs. Some overdrive. Not making much difference. Okay, let's keep it in this way. Also maybe a camel crusher. So this is gonna be a top layer. One more low cut after the camel crusher as usual. And let's put a side chain. Maybe we need less highs on this layer. Also, probably I'm gonna use a low cut automation. So even I can start it like that. And I can automate this cutoff. Let's write it. Probably maybe less cutoff in the intro and more open cutoff in the drop. I want it to be more sharp, to be honest. So we can leave the low end like this. I think it's pretty dope now. And I'm just gonna just duplicate it till the breakdown. And okay, the first thing we should work on is the main step synths. So I'm searching for some sounds like a wobble. And like something like that. So it's gonna be a layer. This is gonna be first layer. Let me turn off this. So I think this LFO is like an attack. So if I put it like that, we will get more clicky sound. And let's get another layer for this sound. and that's gonna be one of my steps. So together they will be a nice drop step. So let me put them maybe one in here, so I can group them in the lead bass. So I'm gonna follow a similar rhythm, maybe even the same rhythm with Space 92. Yeah, we can do many alternatives. Original version is like that. But maybe we can do like that. Or maybe like this. And let's copy that sidechain. So I'm gonna just low cut the individual sounds. Let me check if this step better in low octave. It's too low, right? No. This is nice. Okay, so in here we can kind of put a distortion, make it bigger. Let's put some reverb. Maybe I can use this tall reverb. And let's put some delay as well. I'm gonna use ping pong. And maybe some OTT, like this. So maybe we can process later, but for now, I'm just gonna put a clipper. Okay, I'm gonna just try to stick to the original rhythm. I don't know, probably I just get used to it when I practice the track. Before this video, I just listened a couple times. And now my brain just wanted to hear bop bop bop. So, but you got the point. I'm gonna keep it like the original. Okay, we need another synth. Something like this. It's gonna come in here. Just like a question answer thing. You can think like that. So I'm gonna use this sound. It's very detuned synth. Like a detuned saw. Yeah, that's it. Something like that. Let me put it maybe in here. Like, let's call it synth. Let's sidechain it. I'm gonna distort it. Low cut. And I'm gonna just use the same reverb so they can sound like more glued. So I'm gonna remove these guys because in here we will have another kind of like a synth feel or like an answer to the first synth. But also in the middle we need some ear candy. That's why let's just dig some packs. Maybe this one. I can, so it's G. If I put a 300 up, it becomes the key of my track. And I can just use it maybe like this. Also, I'm gonna get this first wobble. So he's using a lot of wobbles in his strings apparently. So we will just get the first one. I know those are very dry enough. Let's put them in here. Let's call it ear candy. Kind of the processing are gonna be same. Some distortion, just a low cut, some reverb, and some sidechain, that's it. Or maybe some OTT as well. I can also just copy this from here. And also we can copy the same OTT to the synths. So it can polish the sounds, can make them much more bigger. This needs to be got there. Lower the volumes. And yeah, guys, in here we will just need another synth fill. So I'm gonna try to get creative. What if I just get this one? Let's first put it to key. So if it's F sharp, and then I can just put it in here. Call it synth fill. Actually, I can just copy the same chain as the ear candy, but before the drop, I can just put this transgate. Maybe we can just use the tail. Okay, let's see how it's gonna be. Not bad. I'm not sure about the sound itself, but I like the idea. What about this one? I'm just gonna clone the first idea. So this is already in A, so I need to make it A sharp. It's 140 BPM. Let's write it like that. Or maybe like this. Okay, I think this is so much better. So maybe we can start working on the drums. I can just go to maybe this Inferno pack. It has dope sounds. I'm gonna need an open hat. Also, let's check the Inferno too. Also, let me check my own heads. Maybe I can find something fits better. Not the loops. Let's get the one shot. Sounds good so far, but don't forget, we should also apply the same swing to whatever MIDI we are using. So, like this. Also, I'm gonna need a rolling hi-hat as well. Let's get some closed. Maybe this one. So I'm applying swing, and also let's work with the velocities as well. So the first hit, it's gonna be with the kick. It can be lower. Also, this hit is gonna be at the same time with the open hi-hat, so we can just respect its space. And also we can just make this head a little bit shorter. And let me create a head pass so I can just send both of my heads to there. So in this head pass, I can use a little bit of saturation. And also I can use some reverb. And before the reverb, we can just use some glue compression. Okay, that sounds nice. And I think we need some drop rights as well. Maybe this one. So the rights also hitting the off beats. So we will make our techno rights manually. And we also need to kind of sidechain them so it can give into the groove. Of course, we need low cut. This sounds nice. Don't forget the claps. Two layers. Let's get rid of the tail. And the claps also require some of reverb, some ambience. I think I'm gonna clip them because the transients kind of overlap and they are hitting too much to the ceiling. And I never put the claps to at the same time with the transient of the kick. I always put them just a little bit late so they don't, mess with the transient. Again, they can overlap with the kick as well, and you will have bad time in the mastering. So and now it's time to just copy the drums like that. So I think we don't need the claps in the first part and also the rights. The rights and everything is gonna come a little bit later. So even the rights are gonna come in here. So roughly it's like that. And in the last remaining 8 bars is just for making the transition to the break section. Let's listen how it's gonna sound. Okay, the groove is very on point. I'm gonna copy everything just like that as well. So I'm gonna remove the kick bass in here. And also we need to have some automations for the kick and bass groups, low end. So it's gonna something like that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just get rid of some of the energy in some end part so we can drop it once more. Like that. Just like that. And also we will do kind of similar to the last part. Okay, now in here, with the claps coming, we need some top melody. Let's write it. So I also have some vocal for the next episode. We will also need to use the vocal in the break section as well. And also the build up. But for now, I'm gonna just focusing on my first drop. So we will have just like an pluck or like a lead sound playing a very minimalistic melody. So I'm gonna just find some sound that could fit. Let's try this one. So let's write the melody now. Yeah, just this one. We will just copy and repeat this motif. But I don't like the sound. So maybe we can search for another preset for this one. We need something more plucky. Or just I can lower the filter. I like it. It sounds nice. Okay, let's write like top melody. Again, guys, the processing wise, I'm kind of using similar processing for all of my synths. Usually I EQ them separately different, but mostly like using the same reverb, same kind of OTT preset. Maybe this time, to make it even fatter, we can use isotope trash as well. So to the beginning of the drop, we will use a crowd noise. Something like that. Just like an impact. But of course, we need to low cut this one. So I'm gonna check if some percussions will fit or not. I like this one. It's kind of subtle. The first one I also like it, but the sound-wise, it's kind of too obvious. What about this one? Maybe we can use some continuous rhythm like that. So the thing is, if I'm gonna use it, I also need to chop it and fit to the same swing or shuffle as my bass and everything in the track. So I will just chop it like that at first. And then, so this one, it's gonna be just, I think, two times. They will just shift 2 times, and then it's gonna fit to the same grid. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it in the drop, or maybe we can just use it only in the intro as well. That could work. But still, I think it fits nicely. Let's clean this sample. Also, I'm gonna route this percussion to the same channel, and I'm gonna sidechain them. Also, I'm gonna just layer a white noise. It's like very, very silent white noise. And I'm gonna just hide it in the drop, so it can also just take up some of the frequencies and make the drop much more fuller. also gonna use isotope trash for the main drop steps, so they can be much more upfront and more fat. So maybe we can have a filter automation for the top plug sound. So it can start with a closed filter, then in time we can turn it on. Also, in order to make this sound a little bit wider, I'm gonna use the pancake VST, and I will just pan it faster left and right. So lastly, I like to use a vocal shot in the last part of the first drop. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use the vocal in the track though, but still, it sounds like that, by the way. I just got it from Splice.
Papi, ya pasaron varias horas. ¿Qué pasa contigo que te demoras?
So let's first put it to BPM. It's 94 BPM, so let's put it stretch pro. So it's C minor. If I put it 200 semitone down, it can fit to my track's key.
Papi, ya pasaron varias horas. ¿Qué pasa contigo que te demoras?
So maybe I can just, for now, just got some phrase like that.
Ya pasaron varias horas. Ya pasaron varias horas. Da, 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 da.
So I just need to find a part that it hits to the root key.
Da.
Yeah, just like that.
Da, da.
So
Da, da. Da, da. Da, 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 da.
yeah, just gonna use the same reverb again.
Da, 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 da.
That's okay. For now, we can keep it. And lastly, I just need a sweep down. Let's use this one for the last part of the drop. And let's start the low cut a little bit earlier. Okay guys, now I'm gonna leave the first part in here. So in the next episode, I'm gonna work on the second drop, or if I have enough time, I will also finish the break and the build-up sections. So as for the first episode, we make the main foundation of the track and the first drop. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Today that was it guys. See you on the next video. Bye bye.